When you hear the term hot rod today, you probably think of shiny paint jobs and gleaming chrome, maybe custom leather interiors, and that's fine. This is a hot rod, but so are these. Sure, they're a little dirty and a little rusty, but that's okay. It's the passion of hot rodding that keeps these cars together. Meets like Billetproof at the Don Garlits Museum of Drag Racing is a traveling hot rod show that features some of the world's best traditional hot rods.
Billetproof is all about 50s and 60s style hot rods and customs. Some of these cars you see out here today, they cost a couple $1,000s, but the key is to be able to build it, drive it, and have fun with it and not have to spend a lot of money on it.
No mistake about it, these cars are not garage queens. They use them and they abuse them.
That's what hot rodding is all about. It was done by a bunch of guys who didn't have a lot of money. They maybe didn't have money to paint their car right away, so they left it in primer. When they had money to add speed parts, they did. If they didn't have money to put an interior in it, they'd drive it anyway.
With over 500 cars on display, there is certainly something for every gearhead at a Billetproof show. If you've always wanted to show off your own hot rod building talents, well then you can always enter your submission in the Scale Hot Rod Model Contest. All the neat custom touches you'd expect to find on any hot rod, just a whole lot smaller. And at the model table is where we spotted Billetproof's premier judge, Don Garlits. A legend in the auto racing world, he is considered the big daddy of drag racing and one of hot rodding's pioneers. This makes him the perfect guy for the daunting task of choosing the top picks. What was your first hot rod? Like going way back to your youth, the first car you considered your first hot rod?
My 40 Ford convertible with a Cadillac engine in it, 1951 I built it.
Pretty quick back then, right?
That was good, yeah.
Big Daddy knows a thing or two about going fast. He set many world records with his series of rail dragsters he dubbed Swamp Rat.
Thank you very much, Big Daddy.
Some say hot rodding's roots go way back to Prohibition in America.
Well, it's a 1935 Ford pickup, not your typical hot rod. It was built to try to outrun the revenue men. It was an old moonshine hauler. Found it in a barn, got the 112 horse flathead. Has 2 bullet holes in the back, which was repaired quite a few years ago.
That might have been the end of the original owner.
Might have, we don't know.
The thing with a little bit of rust and a little bit of patina is it's only original once. Once you repaint it, you've lost that forever. Just leave it alone, drive it, and have fun.
Building and modifying hot rods is a time-honored tradition, but eventually the time-tested techniques must be passed down to sons and daughters.
We've all had fathers and uncles that have been hot rodders before, and just trying to keep it all alive, man.
Car clubs like the Draglings not only helps these hot rodders keep their cars in tip-top shape, they help to keep the passion and the culture of hot rodding intact.
None of our cars are real cookie-cutter type things. They're individual things, you know, kind of like each of us.
One father and son team collaborated on this stunning copper and black Ford T-Bucket Roadster. They drove all 220 miles in this bucket just to make it to the Billetproof show.
Traditional T-bucket body, fiberglass T-body, but I didn't put a bed on it. It's shortened. It's called just a modified. It's a Chevy engine, 350. It's out of a boat, as a matter of fact.
And what do you think of these young kids you see, like your son and the other guys, they're out there building these rods?
Fantastic. Kids are now getting out into garages, getting their hands dirty. I think it's one of the best things that's ever come along.
Their dedication to the craft is the embodiment of the spirit of hot rodding. Hot rodders love to create, and the road is their canvas, metal is their medium. So as long as there will be cars, there will be hot rods.